Welcome to the Nerd Party.
Hello, sailors! My name's Wilfred! What's yours? I put a spell on you, and now you're gone!
Hello and welcome to another episode of Missing Frames. This is the podcast where we watch all the movies we should have seen by this point in our lives. I'm your host, Shawn Eastridge, and congratulations on finding the show. We are part of the Nerd Party Network, in case you didn't already know. What is the Nerd Party? It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a nerd party, although I think it's supposed to be like, oh, it's like a political thing. We are the Nerd Party. I like to think more of it as an actual party with dancing and lights and music, but you can do whatever you want. Just make sure that you're checking all the great shows out, that you're following us on Twitter at Join Nerd Party, that you've liked our Facebook page, and if you like this show, you should rate it on iTunes. I'm going to start this episode. I'm going to switch everything up by saying that because I always save it to the end when I'm sure nobody is listening. Everyone has figured out by that point that they're like, you know what, I'm done. So before you decide you like, either don't like or you do like the show, just rate us 5 stars. Don't even think about it. Just do it. But today, our episode, I know it's technically November. In fact, it's not only technically November, it is November, literally. So we're cheating a little bit, but I wanted to slip in one final kind of Halloween movie. And that movie is Hocus Pocus, which is a movie I've never seen before in all my life. So I needed to bring some Hocus Pocus experts to the show. First and foremost, returning is my wife, Sarah.
Hello.
Hello. And for the first time ever, we have Alexis Bethea joining us.
Hey.
Hey, welcome. So this is going to be a big nerd party for Hocus Pocus.
For us.
For you too. I'll just put this out there. I don't expect to like this movie.
Rude.
Yeah, I know. And I'm
Get out of this podcast right now.
I know. I will excuse myself. Hocus Pocus is one of those movies I know about specifically because everybody loves it so much. And it's usually females who saw it as young ladies, young misses. That sounds a little weird. Yeah. Young. You know what? I'm just gonna skip this. Children. Saw it as children, but it's not. I feel like partly. Well, I feel like partly because the 3 main characters are witches, like 3 famous actresses. Although for a while I thought I knew that Bette Midler was in it, and I was like, isn't what's her name? Like Helen Mirren in this too? Like
Helen Mirren,
really,
my favorite character.
Don't know who's in this movie, but it's not her. I did not realize Sarah Jessica Parker was in this.
Some good makeup and prosthetics on her face for sure.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe that's part of it. As a young boy, I was like, I don't care. This has no superheroes in it. It's not Star Wars.
Like, I don't care. Frumpy witches.
Yeah, I don't want witches. I was not interested, and I was, raised in a very conservative household, so witches were not our thing. So I never saw it. And the vibe I get from it is it's something that, like some of the movies we've done on this show, you need to have grown up with to really enjoy. Do you know anyone who loves this movie that didn't see it as a kid?
I don't know anyone who hasn't seen it except for you, Shawn.
Yeah,
but that doesn't answer the question. Do you know anyone who saw it as an adult who was like, yes, I love this?
And they only saw it as an adult?
Like not as a kid.
No, I don't think I know anyone.
I think this is one of those movies.
So
we're
you're
gonna
this person. You're the
I want to be
experiment.
clear. I'm not going into this movie trying to hate it. I keep an open mind. I'm going to really try to enjoy it. But I'm just warning you, it feels like one of those kinds of movies, so I'm expecting not to enjoy myself. But that's not the point. You didn't come here to listen to me talk about how I hate a movie I haven't seen before. I want to know, Alexis, you love this movie.
I do.
You do. This is one of your favorite movies?
I watch it every Halloween.
Every Halloween.
It's my classic.
So we're a little late, but I hope that's okay.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I'll make an exception.
So when did you first see Hocus Pocus?
I honestly have no idea. All I know is I've watched it every Halloween.
Okay.
Since birth.
So it's part
pretty
of
much.
your...
I came out the womb. Right. Yeah. 9 months later.
So it's part that reinforces my whole thing that people who love this movie grew up with it. But what's your earliest memory of seeing it? Do you have any earliest memory, or are you just kind of like, it's part of my life and it always has been?
I think my classic memory is just loving Binks, the cat, because I hate cats, and he's the only cat I like.
Oh, what about my cat?
No, she's not a Binks.
We'll rename her for the movie.
Sarah, do you remember when you first saw this?
So I know I did not see it in theaters. Was it a theatrical release? Yeah. Okay. So I didn't see it in theaters because this movie came out in like the early 90s.
Yeah,
So I think I
93.
was like 5 to 7, maybe 6 or 7. So I did not see it, nor was I allowed, I believe. But when it came out on Precious videotape, I do remember getting it then. And I just watched it over and over and over. And I'm pretty sure well, my parents would have had to get it for me. I don't think I was allowed to, but I somehow acquired the VHS and I just snuck it into the
Black
basement.
market.
Yeah, exactly. I was like pretty stealthy
there
as
is
a
a black
7-year-old.
market for Disney films. Well, it's funny. I think
yeah.
the movie did not make a huge splash when it was released.
Yeah.
It didn't make a lot of money. So it had a $28 million budget. It made about $40 million, which is like just about breaking even, but it was not a success until it came out on video and became like a staple of cable. And
So video is what
video
did
is
it.
what made it a thing. Which
You're
is a lot
welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
that was all you.
Yeah.
It was all thanks to
I
you.
pioneered it.
So you heard it here first. Sarah is to thank for Hocus Pocus's wonderful reputation.
You're welcome.
But I remember seeing commercials of it. I had a videotape where my parents taped episodes of the Batman TV show, the Adam West Batman show, and it had the commercials on it as well. Because for some reason they were like, "Yeah, let's record commercials too. Our kids will want to watch those." But I feel like Hocus Pocus was a like regularly recurring commercial, and that was my only exposure to it. I was like, I knew it was.
And
a
you
movie.
just weren't into it from.
No, it was
Okay.
again, Batman, Superman, Star Wars. Those were the things I was
Yeah.
into. I was not into like witches and like any of that stuff. But that is my only exposure to it. I know next to nothing about this movie. Is this do they do Double Double Toil and Trouble? I don't think they invented this. Do
No.
they
That's
know
a
this
different movie.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think it's called Double Double Toil and
Okay.
Trouble,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I thought that was a thing in this
I think
movie.
the Olsen twins did
Yeah.
like a movie spin-off
Okay.
of that.
Okay.
So
That's
you saw
probably what you
that?
watched.
You saw
Yeah.
that, but
I
you didn't
probably
see
did.
this?
Yeah,
Yep.
I was a big fan of the Olsen twins.
You're like, is that to grandmother's
Right.
house we go?
Yeah.
Is that the
They were
think
an
it might be.
How the West was fun.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. So I was watching that and not so much Hocus Pocus.
Do you
but
know
I
who's in this?
I know Bette Midler's in it. I know Sarah Jessica Parker's in it. I thought
There's a man
There
that's
were
in
other-
this that I think you'll be excited about.
isn't Doug Jones in this?
He is.
Yeah, so Doug Jones is in this, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Doug Jones, who is a wonderful actor. He's mostly known for like playing different creatures because he's a very tall, skinny
Billy.
man. So he is very. No, his name's Doug.
No.
His name's Douglas Jones.
In the
Douglas
movie,
Jones.
his name is Billy.
Dougie Jones.
Dougie Jones.
But
Let's derail
yes,
this.
we're crossing over every possible franchise. But Doug Jones works with Guillermo del Toro a lot. He played Abe Sapien in the Hellboy movies. He played the Fawn in Pan's Labyrinth, and he had to learn Spanish for that movie because everyone speaks Spanish in that movie. So I'm excited to see him. Of course, I love me some Doug Jones, and I am also. I was like, let me look up some stuff about this. So this was directed by Kenny Ortega, who was a dance choreographer, and he did a lot of 80s movies, including Dirty Dancing,
What?
which we
Classic.
did as an earlier
Wait,
episode.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
Really?
And then he also did Pretty in Pink. And Ferris Bueller, he choreographed, I guess, the big dance sequence in Ferris Bueller.
That's super cool.
And then the movies he directed, he did, if you can hear jingling, that's my cat. We're very festive around here. She's excited. She's like everybody else in the world. They skip Thanksgiving and just start talking about Christmas after Halloween. My cat also does that, which I take great offense to because I'm a big Thanksgiving fan. I was born on Thanksgiving. Since
Lame.
this episode this episode is airing early November, so that gives you plenty of time to think about what you would like to get for me as a gift.
Back to
please
Hocus Pocus,
send,
Shawn.
sorry. So he directed The Newsies, which I haven't seen. Has anyone seen The Newsies?
I have not.
I know that was Christian Bale, one of his earlier roles, which it makes it. And I know there are a lot of big Newsies fans. There are a lot of
Baby
people
Bale.
out there who feel about the Newsies the way you two feel about Hocus Pocus. High School Musical 3, I did see that, and I
pretty
have
good.
I saw that in theaters. That was one of the few things
That's what you saw
my
in
mom and I have very differing tastes in movies. I introduced her to High School Musical because for some reason I was very charmed by those movies.
By Zac Efron.
Yeah, but it was really Zac
I
Efron.
remember early on when we were dating, I found this out, and I was like, oh, he's joking. And then I think maybe we watched something and he quoted it along. Yeah. It was great.
I know. It was a movie I hated, and then for some reason I switched and decided like this is so stupid, but there's kind of like an innocent charm to it.
Yeah.
So he directed the third one specifically, which is the only one that was theatrically released, I guess, because he had experience doing that. And then he also did This Is It, the Michael Jackson movie. It was more of a documentary, but you know, before Michael Jackson died, he announced a big tour, and it was going to be epic. And after he passed away, I think they released this to make kind of a quick buck, but it was really amazing. And he was the guy behind the whole thing. Like he was going to not choreograph everything, but he was the stage director, and he kind of was going to make it a thing. But then he directed the movie. So I was like, well, that's interesting. Kenny Ortega.
I like it. You know more about this than I do.
I know
He
more.
also
I
appears on So You Think You Can Dance as a judge.
does he really?
He does.
Well, how about that?
Oh, Alexis is coming in hot.
I know. There we go. Yeah. So you know Kenny. You and Kenny go
I
way
do
back.
know Kenny.
Yeah.
Very
You
close.
guys go way back. And another fun fact. Apparently, there's a character named Max in this movie. Do you know who the part was originally offered to?
Oh,
I
God.
don't.
I definitely was
It's a big name.
I heard about it the other day, but now I'm blanking.
Who
is it,
Who's,
Sean?
who's a heartthrob from the 90s? Like who's
Leo DiCaprio? Was it him?
Yep.
Yes.
Leo. And he decided to do What's Eating Gilbert Grape instead.
Oh, well, still a good choice.
Probably a good career move
Yeah.
for him.
Was this pre like Growing Pains?
Titanic.
This is probably right around
Yeah,
that.
'cause remember he,
Not
like-
Titanic,
Titanic,
but
yeah.
he
Well,
was
in
doing
Growing
he
Pains,
was,
he like lived in a closet in high school. He was like
so cute.
semi-homeless. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Still a good show.
so he was offered that role. This movie is also co-written by Mick Garris, who is the writer of Psycho 4,
The
the best one,
Psycho.
and the television remake of The Shining, which is the best version of The Shining. Have you not heard of this?
I didn't even know that
Stephen
was a
King, Stephen King notoriously hates The Shining, Stanley Kubrick's movie, because it strays so heavily from his novel. So he's like, I'm going to produce my own version, and it'll be closer to the book, and it's like infamously bad. So the co-writer of Hocus Pocus wrote those two movies. But here's another interesting thing. It was co-written not only by him, but Neil Cuthbert, who wrote Mystery Men, which is a movie I really like and I think is hilarious.
I've never seen it.
But he also wrote The Adventures of Pluto Nash, which is
Also
another
never seen
infamously
it.
terrible movie. Well, not a lot of people saw it. It was a big bomb when it came out. So this movie was released summer 1993, so early 90s, like you were saying, which is weird because it's a Halloween movie, right?
Yeah. I would have been two at the time, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the reason they released it in the summer was because they knew this is a Disney movie, and Touchstone Pictures, which was like the adult distribution company that Disney owned, they were releasing Nightmare Before Christmas that December or October. I think right around Halloween time.
Yeah.
So
They
they're
didn't
like, we
wanna
didn't want to
compete.
compete at all. So that's why it was released in the summer. It had a very mixed reception. It currently has a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. How do you feel about that?
Wrong.
Very wrong.
Very upset.
Lies.
Well,
Okay.
also, I wonder if it would have come out during Halloween time. Like,
If
with
it
the
would've
numbers would have
maybe-
been better.
Yeah, maybe it's very possible.
But a lot of horror, well, this isn't horror, but a lot of scary movies come out in the summer now. But isn't that mostly just so they have the release of the physical copy around Halloween?
I think that's part of it.
'Cause that's usually
it's
when it's
also
timed.
usually they'll release them early in the year,
Yeah.
like Get Out and Hereditary, because there aren't any other movies, and horror movies tend to make a lot of money. So I
Yeah.
think they kind of use the advantage of
Yeah.
having a movie come out during a very not Marvel dominated
Yeah.
season, and then like you said, they can release it right around the season of Halloween, the season of the witch,
Yeah.
near the end of the year.
Well, also, this movie takes place on Halloween, so
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been better if it came out actually on Halloween. But
Well,
hey.
what else should I know about this movie? How would you prepare me to watch this? What should I
I mean, be prepared for some of. You're just going to create amazing quotes.
Is this
from
a
this
musical?
movie.
It is.
Is this
You
a
could
musical?
probably like.
Yeah.
I probably know the whole movie.
Alexis
by
will just be
line.
mouthing every.
Okay.
Pretty much.
So I can
I
expect
mean,
that.
you're probably gonna cry.
Do they
at some point? Like you get very
in a
attached.
good way,
In a
or
good
am
way.
I gonna
You
am I
get
gonna cry
attached.
because
just
I
get
don't like it?
attached.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of the above, probably.
I'm really not trying to be biased
I
about
mean,
this.
you're
I'm
definitely gonna like think about which Sanderson sister you are.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need to identify
Should I
with
come
one
back
of
with
them.
that answer
Yeah.
in the next
Like,
episode?
are you a
I'm gonna
Sarah
make a note of it
or
right now.
a Winifred or a Mary?
Or Mary.
Which
Kathy and Jimmy.
witch
So good.
I am for second part.
I always went for Sarah because like she
episode.
has my name.
Yeah.
And I like her.
Is that the character's name, or is it just Sarah?
Sarah
Well, Sarah
Jessica Parker
plays
is
Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh, she plays Sarah. Okay.
Easy to
That was a
remember.
stretch.
And
Clearly
I'm
a stretch for
Sarah,
her.
in case you didn't know.
Yes.
Shawn.
Yes, I try to have at least one Sarah on each of my podcasts, all one of them. But okay, all right. So in that
Just go into it with an open mind.
I am. I will go into it with
Yeah.
an open mind. I promise I'm not like going to go into this expecting to hate it. I just know me, and I also know that this is one of those movies that people who grew up with really like, and
Yeah.
is not that doesn't always translate to a movie that's actually good.
That's true.
It's usually the
But
nostalgia
they're
factor.
wrong,
So I'm
and this
expecting
is
the
right,
nostalgia
so.
factor to play some part in this.
We can eat candy
Yeah,
while
we'll eat candy.
Yeah.
I've eaten too much candy.
You
This
can
is,
still
we have
eat
candy left
more.
over
Yeah.
after Halloween that
Yeah.
I'm just going into.
We
I feel
are
like
candy.
it's my duty, but I
I'm a
We've
snack.
become candy now.
this is horrible. This is a family friendly show. I just want to remind you too. When was the last time you guys saw it?
It was last year. During
Okay, so
Halloween,
you
'cause
yeah,
I've been
every year.
waiting
Okay.
for this for you.
Oh wow!
So
Yeah.
Thank
I'm
you.
saving it.
And
I catch
you've been trying to
it-
get me to watch this.
I
for a
have.
long
Like,
time.
how long have we been together? 6-7
Yeah,
years?
you've been,
yeah.
I think
so
pretty
that
much
long.
every year you're like, let's
Yeah.
watch Hocus Pocus.
And you're like,
we get out all our horror movies, and you're like Hocus Pocus, and you like put it in between
Well,
like
I do. I
Shining
have
and
several
all these other
films
classics
that I've been trying. Okay, so I want to revisit Casper because that's great. And then there's always been Hocus Pocus
seen Casper.
and Idle Hands, and both
Yes.
of those movies, Sean will
I
like
refuse to
not.
watch them,
Yeah,
but I'm giving
So,
you this one.
Coming to another Missing Frames near you. Idle Hands. I will
That'll
get
be
my
one.
way.
That's the one that people are.
No,
waiting
but to
for.
answer your question, I think it's been a couple years, but I haven't sat down and watched it from beginning to end in a while because it's always on TV. So
It
whenever
is,
it's on,
yeah.
I'll watch like 20 minutes here or there. So I'm
Okay.
excited to do the full thing.
Let's do it. Let's go watch it.
Now available to own on video cassette.
I'm sweating. This is fun. This is gonna be my delirious.
The two first things I'm going to hear when I edit this is I'm sweating and me burping. So this is.
Keep that in. Bloopers.
We should just put this at the end. This is We'll just put all of this
Just be
in
like,
the episode.
Sarah was sick. Sean has
Okay.
no excuse.
All right. And we're back. We just watched Hocus Pocus. It was an hour and 36-minute long film. I felt like it was 3.5 hours.
No.
Guys, I know I went into this and I was being a negative Nancy. Is that what you call it? Negative
It is.
Nancy?
That's the term.
Naysaying Nancy? Whatever.
Negative Nancy.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting to like love it. I wasn't expecting to dislike it. And I did dislike it.
Why?
I was just so bored.
Bored?
Yeah. So
Who
well,
are
here are the
you?
things I liked about it. I
right.
thought Bette Midler was amazing.
Great,
She's
yeah.
clearly, I think she's said in interviews that up to this point in her career, this is the most fun she'd had making a movie. And that's clear. So I liked her. I liked that there was a cat in it. Even though the cat ends up getting killed at the end, which is
But it's what he wanted.
it's what I expect from my Disney movies:
Yeah.
animal mutilation and death. The cat gets run over at one point, and they show its flattened body on the pavement.
And it inflates.
Yes,
Yeah.
I forgot. I forgot that the cat could not die, but I
Yeah.
thought that was a
Yeah.
pretty gruesome thing to show in live action.
I
To be
think you audibly were like, they killed the cat.
I know. I was like, they
You got
killed-
really
I
upset.
actually,
You
I
did.
started laughing
Yeah.
because the way they show it is the
Yeah.
cat's up on the street, and then they're like, look out, and there's a bus coming towards it, and
Yeah.
they show the cat going, what? And then it shows the interior of the bus, and they go, dun dun. And he's like, oh, we must have hit a bump. And it was like, did they just kill a cat in a Disney? I mean, to be fair, they kill cats in Disney. I mean, the Lion
They kill
King,
parents.
they
Yeah.
kill
Yeah, in
cats.
every
So,
movie.
but there was
Everyone's up for
something,
game.
Uh-huh.
maybe the live action angle made it a little more visceral, but it was both hilarious and terrible.
I usually cry at that point.
When they kill the cat
Yeah.
at the end.
At both points.
Oh, but when they run the
Anytime
cat,
they-
you
yeah.
don't find them running the cat
Even
over
though I know he's
absolutely
gonna come.
hilarious.
I mean, it's so sad because I love things.
It's just the fact that not only is it like played out like in such a like dudunk, like the effect, and they're like no, and then they show it flattened. That to me was like the punchline. It was like they killed the cat and then they had to show it.
And it's like someone put an air pump in its
Yeah.
body.
Yes,
It
and
just
then they
inflates.
re-inflate it.
Great
Reanimate.
special effects.
But no, so I liked Bette Midler and I liked that there was a cat in this movie.
And that's it?
That's it. I liked so little else about this movie.
I didn't
Nothing
think you
about
would-
this movie worked for me. Like I really feel bad. I'm sorry. I know there are a lot of Hocus Pocus fans out there. I really do feel like this is a movie you need to have seen
to grow
as a
up
kid.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. If there's somebody out there who saw this as an adult and loved it, please let me know. Please reach out to me on
Sean
Twitter
can
or
berate
something.
you
I just want to, yes,
publicly.
I'll berate you. No, I just want to know because I didn't like it.
You
Like
didn't
I
think it
didn't
was
find
funny
it
at all?
charming. Not really. I thought Bette Midler was funny.
You
Yeah.
laughed at a lot of the punchlines.
Which ones?
All of them.
All of
You
them.
loved it. You're
You're right.
confused. First of all, you're just
there
confused.
were a couple moments. I wish I could remember a good punchline. Oh, there was the one where she's like, "Oh, I love children on toast," and
Yeah.
they all go out. But I thought like Bette Midler was very like she was totally game, and the other two, like Sarah Jessica Parker, was kind of like awkward, and the other one was kind of
No.
awkward too. Yeah, I wasn't really
Awkward?
into them. Yeah,
Sarah
I felt
Jessica
like
Parker?
maybe
No.
maybe because Bette Midler was so. Like, yes, I'm the leader and I do everything. That the other two were just
Well,
kind of
yeah,
like,
well, because Sarah's supposed to be the dumb one, and
I
then
know.
Kathy's supposed to be the stupid
I'm
one.
Sarah.
Right.
I'm the dumb flighty one that's like, boys.
you both.
Yeah.
I like that you both said you identified with Sarah, which you have now just proclaimed the dumb one.
Yeah.
So you're saying you
Yeah.
identify with the dumb
It's
witch?
like dumb and lovable, and that's me,
Yeah.
guys.
Dumb and lovable. Okay. I don't. It might have just been the fact that Bette Midler was so theatrical, and the other two just kind of were like they couldn't stand a chance
Well, I mean-
against her.
I mean, Bette's supposed to be the star, so
Yeah.
they can't really.
Well, she's
I
like the big
know.
sister
Yeah.
that bosses them around, anyways.
Yeah. So maybe by the nature of the
like
story,
Sarah even
they
gives
could not.
her arm to wipe her
Yeah.
snot on. If that shows you like what type
Yeah.
of relationship these sisters have.
Well, even when Sarah died, the last thing she said was "Winnie."
Yeah.
and then she
So
burst.
they love,
Yeah.
and then they
There
explode.
were deeper
They
meanings
explode.
Yeah.
here. Deeper meanings. You need to delve back
There's a
into
lot
this.
of subtext in this movie.
Yeah,
that
for
I
sure.
I
They
think will
explode
reveal
into
itself.
sparkles.
Yeah, on multiple viewings.
That's how all witches die.
That was a great. When they exploded, I laughed. I did laugh at. I laughed at the things I don't think I was supposed to laugh at. The cat getting run over,
God,
and the
Sean.
what
explosions
does that
at the
say
end.
about you?
And then the virgin, like all the talk of like he's a
yeah.
virgin, and the
Yeah.
cop's like, let me tell you what, and he takes him over, and I don't know what he was gonna say to him. He's like, are you really a virgin? And he goes, yeah, and he goes, okay. And it's like, wait, was that supposed to be like? Did he not believe a 15-year-old was a virgin? Was he about to give him some pointers on how to seduce a teenager? And then he was like, I'm not really a cop anyway, and rides away. And it was like, ha, ha, ha. That was me the whole movie. I think, well, I wrote this down. You asked which sister
Yes.
I would be,
Yes,
and it would
Lori.
totally be Bette Midler because she
Well,
was
I'll
so
be.
annoyed and upset by everything going on. That's how I
These
felt.
idiots. Yeah.
But also,
That's
I thought she was clearly having a good time. I don't know. I bought that she was like very into it, but there wasn't like I need like a story and I need things to care about, and I didn't care about it. And it was like
Cared about the cat.
I cared about the cat, but I
Binks
just
is the heart of the movie.
I
yeah.
generally care about cats. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
great, a cat. I can relate to
So
this.
if there was no cat in this movie,
my
you
God.
would
No,
have
what
just
they should-
completely hated
well,
it.
I think there's some simple storytelling things that I want to break down that I think could have made this movie better.
All right.
And let's talk about this. So first and foremost, they should have gotten rid of the opening completely.
What?
So you open on modern day, there's a legend about the witches, and there's no flashback. Because the flashback set me up for like, oh, the witches are going to be, but they were prominent throughout like the majority of the movie, but it felt like, here's a flashback, but none of that information was stuff I needed to see. All you have to do is like, oh, there's a legend about these witches, and they like did this, and they cast spells, and they did all that. But the fact that it's like they show them turning the kid into a cat, which at the end of the day you don't really need to see, and then they show them getting hung, which again is pretty gruesome for a Disney movie, but also I didn't need to see. And then they flash forward to present day, and they introduce a whole new story with one of the least likable protagonists I've ever seen in any movie. This kid Max, who's like a 15-year-old, and the movie is so confused about who this kid is, like what his personality is, because he starts off as like, he's in class and he's like, I'm too cool for Halloween, and he gives his phone number to the hot girl in class, and then they're like, no, you're actually a loser. And then the scenes after contradict everything about like, oh yeah, he's hip and he's from California, and then he gets picked on by bullies who steal his shoes, which
They should have taken the bike.
yeah. And Sarah, you were like, are they even the same size? Which is true. It was like, this is stupid. So the kid was not endearing. Max, the main character, is like a little punk, and he whines about everything. And then he's also like, I'm really cool, but then he's not cool. And
He's a virgin.
Yeah, but it's like they try to play that up as a joke, but they could have just made it like, oh, he's just like a dweeb, like he's like a dweeby kid, not like overtly, but I'm thinking like Peter Parker and Spider-Man, like, oh, this kid's just kind of awkward.
Aren't you always thinking about?
I mean,
Peter
I
Parker?
think part of the reason I'm thinking of Peter Parker is because I love him, but also, I mean, it's the first Spider-Man movie, the first Spider-Man movie, you have a very likable protagonist because you introduce him, he's getting picked on. The girl he likes doesn't pay attention to him, but he's endearing because you're like, oh, when he gets his powers, you're happy for him because you're like, oh, he finally is getting his due. This kid is so unlikable from the get. He's mean to his sister. He's like kind of like, yeah, I'm going to give the girl my number. Like, I didn't like the kid. So all you had to do was make him not a jerk. And I would have been at least like, okay, I can root for this guy. But because he's like such a jerk the whole movie, I like didn't have anybody to root for
I think
even.
like his whole plot line is to like have a metamorphosis and to turn into Zachary Binks and to be that at the end, which does happen. So because you see like Zachary and his sister, their relationship, and so I feel like that's the goal for Max throughout the movie is to like become that.
Right.
Yeah.
And they don't
And he
introduce
be-
that.
No,
They don't
until
introduce
the
that until
last
like an
bit.
hour and
Yep.
20 minutes into the movie. So at the end it was like, oh, so it's supposed to be like they love each other. But that didn't make sense either because if it was supposed to reflect the relationship between what's his name, Zachary and his sister,
Emily.
they didn't establish that Zachary and Emily didn't like each other. Like it would have resonated more if Zachary had been like, I know he tells him, he's like, oh, I never paid attention to my sister at the end, but it's
Until
like if
she
you're
was
gonna
gone.
if you're gonna show us this whole stupid flashback, why not show an evidence of that? Like, oh, he's mean to his sister runs away, she gets caught by a witch, and then he regrets it, and now he has a driving motivation to make it more
So you're
interesting.
saying you should have made this movie.
I don't think I
what I'm
would've-
picking up here.
I'm just saying there are like little storytelling things you could have done, but clearly they didn't think about that. So it's like, okay, so the storytelling is not good, so you should really embrace the ridiculousness of the witches and go for that angle. But they keep intercutting it with this like really bland story of like the kid and his sister and they're running away the whole time. And then they also introduced an angle of, oh, witches in the 20th century, they're not going to be able to know what's going on. And that was the most fun stuff to me, was watching them like try to understand, oh, a bus, what
And,
is
like,
going
run
on?
away from
But then
sirens.
they
Figuring
don't
out the
even-
road.
They
Yeah.
don't follow
Yeah.
that through. They should have followed that through. This movie would have been so much funnier if they'd made Max likable, or I shouldn't say funnier. It would have been better if they'd made Max likable, made him not as much of a main character, like just had them kind of be the plot, not focus so much on them. It should have focused more on the witches and them coming into modern times and like a bunch of gags about that.
So are we going to show our kids this movie?
Never. I would never. I would be like, if
He's
mom
so
wants
cute,
to show
guys.
it to you. Yeah, I would never be like, this is the Halloween movie you're going to watch.
But it's age appropriate.
Yeah.
I guess.
And it's not super
yeah.
scary.
It's
No.
true.
I
mean,
wasn't
just
that
like
scared by
enough.
it.
Yeah.
I see how like
The
if you're a
appeal.
kid and you're
Yeah.
like, I'm not quite ready for like Poltergeist, this is like, okay, here's the nice like kind of family friendly Halloween movie you can start your kids off with. Though we're talking about The Nightmare Before Christmas, that to me is that's really creepy. Like I probably wouldn't show a young kid that,
Yeah.
but that's a better Halloween movie than this one. I would show them that over this movie, but I still can't get over they ran over a cat. That to me is the dominating image I think I'm going to hold with me near and dear for the rest of my life. But I don't know. Like, so what about this movie works for you? Like for you, Alexis, you love this movie. You watched it every Halloween. What is it about this movie what are the things that really stand out to you as like, this is why I love it. This is why it's a staple of the season for me.
I think growing up, like all little kids identify with Danny, and like you're that little girl, and she has like the best lines, and she's so sassy.
Thora Birch?
Yeah,
This movie.
yeah. It should have been
So-
more about her than Max.
I completely
Yeah.
agree. That's a
Same.
really good
Uh-huh.
point.
Show
You
stealer.
cut Max out of the movie
Yeah.
completely because what's it? I don't know what his character arc is because he's a jerk at the beginning and then he's like, I'm a good brother at the end.
Yeah.
Whatever. Cut Max out and have Thora Birch be the main character.
Yeah, it'd be much better. But then they're trying to just Binks and Max.
Yeah.
Trying to
They should have gotten rid of
the
that
relation
completely.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have still had the talking cat.
Uh-huh.
You could have pulled a Casper. We talked about Casper in the pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
Casper, we don't see him as Devon Sawa in the beginning of the
No.
movie.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, he's a ghost. So why not have so why not have the cat just be like this is even better. Thora Birch is the main character. Let's run with this. So she's the main character. She's picked on in school. She loves Halloween, but like everyone makes fun of her. And maybe she's getting older. Maybe it's like, oh, you're too old to go trick or treating. You're so lame. And she's like, no, I love it. Halloween's great. She meets a talking cat. She meets a cat, and oh my gosh, it's a talking cat. This is amazing. And then she finds out all about the spell and everything. But you could have introduced the cat that talks in the story naturally without having to have a whole flashback explaining what happened. It would have been like, oh, this is weird, a talking cat, what's this cat's story? You could have had that be more organic and had it be more of a mystery throughout the movie, and then you find out at the end like, oh, he was really a person, and you kind of do it like Casper, where at the end he comes back and they love each other. I think I just hate Max so much.
I know you do.
I really couldn't tell.
Like such a brat. Like he was just so unlikable.
Yeah, he was.
And they focus way too much on like, oh, it's him and this girl. There's the love interest.
I think maybe they were trying to cater to an older market as well. So you have like Danny for the young kids, and then Max and Allison to get the teenagers in, and then you have the parents at the dance. So I think they were trying to like cater literally to everyone, and then that's why there's all these like missing gaps.
I feel like they didn't know who to market it to, because it's clearly a kids movie. Like it's like a kids movie, but there's not gruesome stuff, but there's dark stuff in the movie. Like there's like the witches get hung in the first scene, and the cat gets run over by a bus. There's some dark stuff in this. Doug Jones is pretty like creepy looking, but I guess they were like, yeah, maybe we want to have something to appeal to teenagers, because I don't know if parents are going to take their kids to see it. So maybe we can get that audience, but none of that works. And they have all these jokes about like, oh, he's a virgin and he lit a candle, and
We get it. He's a virgin.
He's a virgin. And they keep like playing it off like it's, but he like, when she's like, oh, a virgin needs to light the candle, he's like, all right, I'm gonna light the
So
candle.
bad.
as
Well,
if
did
it's
you notice
really
she
cool.
was like, I'm not gonna do it. I was like, yeah, girl.
Yeah, what is that saying about her? But she's also like, why is she ends up attracted to him at the end for some reason? I don't know if it's because
It's because he loves his little sister.
oh, so that's why she likes him.
I don't know.
That's a great question.
Why does she like? Why does the girl fall in love with Max? Do we think? Because he does. They try to present him as like, oh, he does some like he's more proactive, like in the random like high school scene where he's all of a sudden like, hey, I'm a guy on a microphone, and it's like, who is this kid?
Yeah.
It's like he from one scene to another, he's either like getting picked on or he's like the coolest kid in school. I did not know who he was supposed to be, but I don't understand why.
Well,
she
maybe
ends up falling in love with
back
him.
in Los Angeles, he was the cool kid. We don't know. Maybe
Right.
he was really cool and he still thinks that.
Well, that's the vibe I got, because he was like too cool for school,
Yeah.
and he's from LA. But then you go and you see a fish out of water, and he still gets beat up. Or well, he doesn't get beat up, but he gets threatened,
Hollywood.
and he gets his sneakers taken from
Right.
him,
Should've
but not
taken
his
the
bike.
I know.
That only worked. That only would have worked if he was actually cool, but he's not.
We get it. You hate him. My
All right.
gosh.
All right, let's just
Move
yeah.
on.
Well, I still don't have a good. So why do you think she falls in love with him at the end?
The writers wanted her to.
Yeah.
They wanted to.
Yeah, I don't think there's a good
Explanation
I
logical.
for
mean,
Yeah.
teenagers like an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, girls go for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Sure,
this
let's go with
movie-
that, guys.
Yeah. So not only is
Sounds
Hocus
legit.
Pocus not a good movie, it's also a bad
Yeah,
influence
not
on
say
children.
that.
It's like girls just like people who are from California and also jerks. Also, the two bullies were more like California
Oh, yes.
morons
Yeah.
than he was.
Yes.
Like they're like
Tubular.
tubular,
Yeah.
but then they're like, hey, give us your candy, man.
Yeah.
And
I love that he had ice shaved
Oh,
into the
so
back of his
good.
head.
this movie, like the jokes didn't really work for me. I feel like it would have. They should have just embraced how stupid the movie was.
Maybe your sense of humor is like off.
That could be.
though. You
Yeah.
know, that's what I'm thinking.
That may have something to do with it. I wanted the movie to be more about like the absurdity of witches in 20th century.
Yeah, I
That was the
Yeah.
That would've
only
been
angle that
more.
worked for this movie, and they like didn't do it at all. They had fun. Like they're like we're on the road, let's go. And like you said, the way they walked is very funny.
Yeah.
And,
And the noise they make. Well, I feel like
Yeah.
the devil scene was like their like mini own scene with Gary
Yeah.
Marshall and Penny Marshall.
Which
and
you pointed out. I didn't
yeah.
realize that was. I don't know what they look like, but Gary Marshall is a director and an actor. He directed Pretty Woman, and Penny Marshall directed Big.
Yeah.
And
And
A League
she was
of Their
in
Own,
Laverne and Shirley too.
which I didn't know because I didn't watch Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah.
But I got that vibe, like it was supposed to be like, oh, they're not, but then they don't do anything with it. They're just like the gags don't really work. Like there's her flipping the channels and she's like watching TV and like, oh, this is so exciting. Bette Midler goes into the kitchen and goes, yes, a torture chamber, and that was funny because Bette Midler is just funny.
Yeah.
But then it's like then he dances with the other one. It's like what was, I don't know. I wanted that.
So you
if
wanted
that
more
was
follow through.
no, the gags needed to be stronger. Like the jokes in that scene were not that funny. Like it was like, okay, one of them is amazed by television, one of them is dancing, and
I
one
thought
of them's
everything was.
one of them
I
went to
thought
the
so
But
too.
then
I
again,
still
I'm a
laugh at
Sarah, so
Well,
I'm
so-
the dumb blonde.
Well, so what about so the humor in it? What are your favorite moments? Because you were saying it's a very quotable movie, Alexis. What are your
Yeah.
favorite quotes and what are your favorite jokes from the movie?
I love when they're like out with the trick-or-treaters and the little girl dressed in the angel goes bless you and they
And they
like
freak out.
scream.
Yeah, that was funny.
I also love the burning rain of death. Like obviously when it's raining on them, like they should be able to tell it's water and it's
Yeah.
not hurting them, but it's so absurd.
Yeah,
I just like the little moments.
the
like
little
that.
moments like that. Little moments
Yeah.
that win you over. What about you, Sarah? You're looking at your phone. You can't even be bothered to talk about this movie.
I'm sorry.
Are you looking up the movie or were you just texting somebody?
Shut up. Anyways,
What kind of professional podcast
okay,
is this?
Hush your mouth. No, I like the amok.
Oh,
That's
so good.
always
well,
funny.
yeah,
What
because
was
it's
that?
Sarah.
What was that?
Sarah.
Oh.
Sarah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's like, oh, he just made a disgusted
No,
face.
I just
Get
feel
out
like
of here.
I feel like I can tell
You
when
need
you're
to
not
embrace
dedicated to
this.
the like you aren't embracing.
I didn't get that
Sarah
from her
Jessica
at
Parker
all.
feels like she's embarrassed to be in this
No,
movie.
she loves it.
Does she?
She's
Yes.
all writhing around and
Yeah.
crazy
That
and
scene
like
is so good. It's very
Yes.
entrancing. Like I want to
Yeah.
like go to her cottage and
Me
we can eat my
too.
soul. That's fine.
Yes.
I believe it.
No, I don't know if there's a specific other than that. Everything is just so fun. I don't know. I like the whole thing. Shut up.
I love the calming circle.
Yes.
That's so good.
Calming
And every
circle.
time
Yeah.
they mention mother, they're all like, mother. Like we should do like a prequel with the
With
mother.
Mother?
Yeah.
But that's the other thing. So they do the calming circle, and I thought they were going to do something really funny and like have a chant, and they just jump around in a circle. It's like, why don't you just make it go completely zany and make this have them be so insane? It's like they couldn't figure out what to do, and then they threw. I guess every kids movie needed to have.
They
like
were
a
trying
dance.
to do a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But the dance scene with like, I put a spell on you. So
Bette Midler
good.
like perform, but it's like,
with the skeleton band.
and I like that you were like, how do they know how to use the microphone?
Yeah, it was great. They automatically go stand behind them, and I'm like, how do they know?
Oh, and when they're chasing them with the car, and she makes
Yeah.
the crack about the driver's
Permit.
permit, and it's like, how do you guys know about driver's
Yeah.
licenses?
So the comedy is very lazy, is what I'm saying, which is evidenced in the film itself. But every kids movie needs to have like a sequence where it's like, oh, everybody dances and
Yes.
somebody sings, and
It's
so that's
Disney in the
this movie
90s,
too.
so
Yep. They had that moment in this movie.
Just want to go back to my favorite line.
okay.
When they get to the school and they're like, what is this? And they're like, I can smell children. And Winifred goes, it's a prison for children. Best line by far. That resonates with me so hard.
That's true. That was
Schools
a
are prisons for
moment that
children.
it felt real. It felt like they're really getting into the.
I think you're
the
making
nitty-gritty
fun of
it.
us now.
No, I'm serious. That was like there's nothing about this movie that works for me.
God.
But that was a funny line because it's like, oh yeah, prison for children. That is a joke that makes sense. And everything else was like they were like we're goofy and zany and
Goofy.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like I didn't get. Oh my god! And then the bus driver. They have the scene with the bus driver
yeah.
that was really disturbing, where they're like, "We love children." He's like, "Well, give me a couple tries and I can help you out." It was like, is that a sex joke in a Disney movie? Like, God. Ugh. I mean, I think what I'm saying is this is my least favorite Kenny Ortega movie. I would rank it. This
Dirty
is it.
Dancing.
High School Musical 3, and then
Dirty Dancing.
no, he
Dirty.
didn't direct it. He did choreography for it.
Oh.
Movies he directed. This is also I could tell he was really excited about the dance scene. I was like, oh, this is the best directed moment in the movie. He was very clearly like,
This
yes,
is
this is
my
my
jam.
jam.
With the spotlight, and where
Yes,
she's
he
like,
was
"Thank
like-
you for that marvelous introduction."
Right. So
She
I think
loves
he was.
playing it up.
I also love that they were like, he's like, those witches over there, and everyone immediately is like, them,
And they
As
all
if they're
backed
not-
away from the
as if they're
tree.
not all costumed and
Uh-huh.
like dressed as monsters and
They're
witches.
the only witches there.
Right.
All
No
the
one else
things
would.
you're saying that are your gripes, I'm like, that was a great moment. Those are my favorite things.
Okay, but what's your favorite line, Sarah?
I just said amok, amok, amok.
Amok, amok, amok.
Yes.
Okay.
Were you listening?
You don't want to pick something better than that?
No, that's
It's
my
great
favorite.
because then you have to do the little jump when you say it.
Amok, amok,
Amok,
amok.
amok.
I'm jumping in my chair.
Oh boy. So have we? So we've established this is probably. a
I'm going
movie-
to turn your mic off.
Yeah. This is-
We'll continue
It'll
this.
just be the Sarah and
We'll
Alexis
just have a
show.
love fest.
yeah. Well, you two talk a little bit about it. I want to hear you two talk because I'm very clearly not into this movie.
Well, side note, when I told all my friends that I was doing this, I was like, I'm going to do this podcast, and one person hasn't seen it and one person like has. And they're like, well, what movie are you watching? And I was like, Hocus Pocus. And they're like, he's never seen it? And I was like, yeah, and he's supposed to be a film buff. And they're like, lies.
I like that this movie specifically.
like,
Like,
and
oh,
was multiple people, and like,
you should ask them what their favorite Akira Kurosawa movie is.
They're
and
going to be
see
like,
what they say.
Titanic. That's
But
my
it's funny.
favorite.
No, this has happened a lot, like where people will bring up a movie like this and be like, "Oh, you can't be a real film fan if you haven't seen like
Yeah.
this movie I like. You've never seen Three Ninjas Kick Back? Oh, you're not a film."
I
fan."
think it's because it's like a childhood staple. I
Yeah.
think that's why it's more like, wow, how did
Well,
you
have
not
you two
see this
have
as
you
a
two seen
kid?
The Never-Ending Story?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a
And
movie
that's
like
another staple.
right, exactly. I also feel like I
don't
could
know
be
if that
wrong.
would live up,
This
would
is a
it?
movie where I'm on the flip side of the argument, but Never-Ending Story I feel like is an example of a movie that you can enjoy as an adult versus.
Have you seen it as an adult?
Yeah, I've seen it as an adult, and it's
I
definitely
haven't,
not
that's
as good
why.
as when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But that's a movie that I feel like there are things and elements in it that work.
Yeah.
That you can at least be like, oh yeah, this is good or that is good. And it's also very violent, which as a kid I was like, that means it's cool. I remember Atreyu gets all like beaten up and bloodied by the evil wolf. But that's a good example of a movie I feel like people should see that actually holds up, whereas Hocus Pocus is not at all.
You can't say that because you
Yeah.
never saw it as a kid. So shut up.
Yeah, but I'm saying a movie that you've seen as an adult. Like if I watched The Never-Ending Story as an adult, I have to try to take myself out of the fact that as a kid I like would literally watch it like 5 times a day. I feel like as an adult I would watch that and be like, yeah, these things were stupid, but I thought the nothing was creepy. The stuff with Atreyu was cool. The Swamps of Sadness was weird, and the weird sphinxes that have lasers that shoot out of it. I feel like I would have been like, oh, those things worked. Like it was effective. It was fantastical, and it was like kind of mystical. I can't say that for this movie.
But it's funny.
Is it?
I thought it was funny.
I think it's
I
great.
love
I
it.
still laugh at all the jokes, even
Me
though
too.
I'm like saying.
Well, that's
them
why I
as
want you
they
two to
say
talk
it.
a little bit more about what you liked about it instead of me just
You're
complaining.
the host.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Wow. Guys, I'm sorry. Did you get another text? Do you need to check your Facebook page? Are you tweeting about how I didn't
She's
like this
too
movie
busy.
and getting people to come after me?
She doesn't want to hear you anymore.
Yeah.
I'm done with you.
They've talked a little bit about doing what Freeform has talked about.
Yeah,
A
so-
sequel or
Yeah, so I know a couple years ago they were talking about doing a sequel, like a big budget, theatrical release. And then they started writing the script for it, I think, and then it kind of went dead in the water. I don't know what happened. But all 3 of the main actresses have said they want to come back.
did they really? I
They
thought
have.
I thought I'd read
but-
that they didn't want to.
No. Well, now they don't because now Freeform finally snagged the rights and is doing just a
Yeah.
sequel with none of
Well,
the main people.
Bette
in it,
Midler
which
has
kinda
also made the
stinks.
joke. The reason they can't do a sequel is because there's no more virgins left to light the black flame candle. So,
Oh,
to light the
Bet.
candle.
but they also just did it because this is the 25th anniversary of the movie. Freeform did like a big
it is
special
and I'm
on
crapping
Halloween.
all
And they-
over the movie
Yeah.
on its
They
25th anniversary.
They also released a book, which is doing really well. A Hocus Pocus book, like a
huh.
YA.
Okay,
Yeah.
in July 2018, a book titled Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel, okay, contains a novelization of the film and a sequel story. So they couldn't come up with enough of a story to stand on its own. They had to include the entire plot of the first one. I'm just reading. This is just what
I mean, I think there should honestly be a prequel with them like younger with a mother, and like that seems more fun to me with like more witchy stuff.
Well, now they're just doing a straight up remake, which I think is kind of stinky.
No, I don't like remakes.
And it's freeform, so it'll just be a made for TV.
Well, that's what I don't get why they do remakes, and it's like you're removing the things that because
we're special about it.
Even like. Would you agree that what makes this movie work are the three witches?
Well, yeah.
Those three actors.
For sure.
Okay.
Like you're not going to beat Bette Midler.
Right.
Like,
No.
So it's like, why would you remake the movie and remove the only element that like really stands out about Hocus
Because
Pocus? Because nothing
are
else
in.
really. When I think of Hocus Pocus, people who don't know about Hocus Pocus know about it because of the witches, like that visual style, which by the way, Helena Bonham Carter totally ripped off for Alice in Wonderland.
All
as
the
Queen of
makeup
Hearts.
is really
It
similar,
looks
isn't it?
just like Bette Midler. But so why would you remove the thing that makes this movie unique and then have it just be like, oh, it's about witches? You know, it's like you took away the only thing.
Yeah,
because
it's not about the story. It's about like
Yeah.
like the people that play these characters, and like you just love them. So making a remake without those actors,
You
it's
completely
not the
rob it.
same.
Yeah. So I don't know. So you two are not on board for a sequel,
No, I want a
unless it
prequel.
has the same people.
But like, how are you gonna like do
Oh,
that?
it looks
They're,
like Disney
dead.
has it now, not Freeform. So they'll probably do it on their streaming service.
Like, is the sequel?
They're
gonna be
also
them in
doing a
hell?
High School
Like,
Musical thing on their streaming service. So
Okay.
maybe that guy will choreograph all of the above.
Well, the sequel's about Max and Allison have a daughter. So it's like about the daughter.
Okay.
Maybe they'll take our idea and have it actually be focused on a
Yeah.
little kid
Yeah.
who's more interesting.
Who's named
than-
Thora Birch.
Yeah,
their
Thora
daughter.
Birch. Yeah, get her involved and have her like basically make the story that this one should have been. So
I
focus
wish
on
you
the
could have
kid.
watched this as a kid.
Yeah.
I think you would have been more
I don't
positive.
think I would have liked it as a kid either. Because here's the problem. I liked really bad movies as a kid, but the movies, I can see a trajectory. Like I see like, oh yeah, I must have liked this because it was a superhero movie, because it was a
Right.
Star Wars movie. You know, they're like Batman and Robin. When this movie came out, let's see, 1993. What else was going on in I don't know. Jurassic Park I loved. I mean, I didn't see it that year, but I love Jurassic Park, and to be fair, that's still a great movie. But I liked pretty terrible movies when I was that age. But they all had something that appealed to me. This movie doesn't have anything that would have appealed to me as a kid. Like I wasn't into like witches or things like that. Like I wasn't into like magic and Hocus Pocus.
I just
And
loved Halloween.
Yeah.
I love Halloween, but as a kid, I loved Halloween.
See, I didn't really care. Like at the time, I didn't really care. So there was nothing. If I had seen this as a kid, I probably would have been like, "Why are we watching Superman?"
Well, I think
or
this is
something
like a
that.
good Halloween movie for kids. That's not too scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So it's like a nice like little entry point for like
Yeah.
the kids who like are legit.
It's like
terrified.
it's basically like the roller coasters at a theme park that are so clearly designed
Mm-hmm.
to not be
Scooby-Doo.
scary.
Yeah.
That's basically this
Yeah.
for kids. It's the equivalent of
It's supposed
that.
to be like fun, but like with a
Right.
hint
If you
of
like, it's like
scary.
we took them to the theme park. They,
Uh-huh.
they don't want to be here. We've got to take them on a ride that they'll like. It's basically the same. It's like we're gonna go watch like A Nightmare on Elm Street, and we'll just put the kids in the other room with Hocus Pocus. That's the thing that'll keep them distracted. Are there other like Halloween kids movies out there that you can think of?
Casper,
I mean,
Oh,
Casper.
Casper's
Idle
good.
Hands.
Idle Hands is an R-rated film
Is
for teenage for children. Well, no,
I
mean,
loved
it
it
could
when
be
I was
for
a kid.
children.
I don't know.
I can't think of many
No.
not gruesome
Yeah.
horror movies that would be okay for a kid.
Double
Poltergeist is,
toil and trouble.
Poltergeist is PG.
Anything by the Olsen
I mean,
twins. They
Yeah.
had like
yeah.
2 Halloween movies.
You could watch the Harry Potter movies, the first couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
if
that
you're
was
a
like
kid.
before our age.
Yeah.
But
So
those don't even feel Halloween to
Yeah.
me. I always feel like Christmas for Harry
yeah,
Potter.
or like
Okay.
Thanksgiving. I don't know.
Yeah.
So those don't count.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess.
So we've
there's
established
not
Hocus
very
Pocus might be
many.
the only.
Yeah, there's not
only-
very many that aren't just like super gruesome that won't give you nightmares,
Yeah.
like Chucky and stuff.
That's true.
Ugh.
Even Ghostbusters, when I was a kid, I thought Ghostbusters
Yeah,
was,
that
like,
was pretty
the
scary.
most terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I grew up and found out it was a comedy,
Yeah.
I was like, Ghostbusters?
Uh-huh.
Really? And then I saw it and I was like, wait, this is full of comedians. Like, that's
Yeah.
so Hocus Pocus I would have been able to handle.
Yeah.
Maybe. I would have been disturbed by that cat getting run over, though.
Yeah,
That was
you
still.
still are. You keep talking about
I
it.
know. I can't get over it. But also because it was so damn funny.
Sad.
Yeah.
No, they
but,
flattened him like a pancake.
Okay, so as far as other Halloween movies, does this rank do you put this on the same ranking as like genuine classics? I know I
No,
sound
I
really
haven't-
condescending.
You are.
Yeah.
I don't, because it's not that genre for me.
But okay.
You know, it's like it's in the family genre
Mm-hmm.
for me, like family movies, not Halloween movies. I
Right,
guess,
okay.
even though I watch it around Halloween, but
I mean,
Alexis?
for me, it's like my only one. I don't watch a lot of Halloween movies because
Okay.
I don't like
Maybe that's
horror
part of the
and
problem,
gore.
Alexis. We might need to educate you next year when we
I'm
come
a
back.
scaredy cat.
When we come back around for a Halloween 2019.
for Idle Hands.
We'll do
I
Idle
really,
Hands.
guys, I really want to do Idle Hands. Has anyone seen it? I know
No.
Shawn hasn't. You haven't?
No.
Cool.
Do you really want me to see that?
Same
come on the
bat
show
time,
and
same
complain
bat
about it?
channel. Yeah,
That's not what the people want to hear.
Shut up.
There may be
I wanna
nobody.
hear
The thing
it.
is, my guess is anyone who would listen to this episode are probably going to be fans of you two. Like it's
Oh,
going to
yeah,
be
they're
like
gonna
friends
hate
of
you
Alexis,
so
friends of
much.
Sarah.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, "Who's this guy?"
Guys,
Shawn.
it's our podcast
Yeah.
now. We
Yeah.
voted Shawn off the island.
I just feel like anyone who doesn't already like Hocus Pocus is probably not going to listen to an episode of Missing Frames about Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
So I'm basically saying I'm cutting off any audience that might have been interested if they grew up with Hocus Pocus. You two really have to bring you. I mean, I think you brought the thunder. I think you've made it feel like I'm a horrible person for
You
not
are,
liking
and
this
also
movie.
laughing when the cat gets run over. Like I usually cry during that. It's so
I
sad.
know. And then the ending and the cat dies.
Yeah.
They killed the cat and it's like, no, it's okay. He lived. And there's a dead cat on the it's just like dead.
It
And
was just a
it's
host
supposed to be-
body.
Yeah.
No. See, I think that's the problem.
It's a
We can't-
300-year-old cat.
we
Of
have
course
to
it
respect
died.
the cat. We have to understand the cat.
Respect the cat.
Yeah, respect the cat. This movie does not respect the cat. They say you can't kill cats in movies. It represents something terrible. And I think this movie further proves that argument. You've got to save the cat. Hi. My cat is on the table right now, just sitting here supporting me as I go on and on about cats. Okay, so Hocus Pocus. Let's say we'll give our final ratings, and we'll start with Sarah over here. So on a scale from 1 to 5, with 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest, how many virgin lit candles would you give this movie?
4.
4.
Yeah.
All right, Alexis, how about you?
I'm gonna go with 5.
5.
Yeah,
okay. Can we
girl.
just can we?
Yeah, girl.
It's
I need-
Sarah
because
and
the
Alexis
sentiment.
For my
show.
peace of mind,
It's
if
the
you were to
sentiment.
detach yourselves from the sentiment,
I can't.
You
Oh my
can't
God,
because
okay.
it's like your heart's just so attached
The
to
sentiment
everyone.
is the movie.
And well, that's like a great movie if you still love it, even though it might be bad, but like you just still love it no matter
There's
what.
no shame in watching bad
Yeah.
movies, and I'm not saying this is a bad movie, though.
Okay. I give it 1.5.
No.
But that's the reason, like this
I give it a
movie,
half
like,
for the cat. For the
No.
The reason why this movie, like, still like everyone keeps talking about it is the heart of it. So that's why it's like you have to give it 5 for the sentiment
Okay.
because that's what it's about. Disney
I'm
people,
beautiful. Boys will love me.
Yes.
They will.
This movie is a bad. Not only is it a bad movie, it's a bad. It sends a bad message to young girls
It's set
saying
swimming back
Yes.
300 years.
Exactly.
Gotta
So-
light another candle.
Well, that's it. I think we've well covered
Were you
Hocus
like
Pocus.
miserable, or did you at least have fun?
I was
watching
bored.
it?
I mean,
Oh
I
my
whenever
goodness.
to me, if a movie's boring, that's worse than if a movie's terrible. Because if a movie's terrible and I can laugh at it, I tend to enjoy those more than movies that bore me. And this movie
Right.
kind of bored me. So I think that's why I'm so hard on them. I'm typically harder on movies that bore me than movies that are terrible. Like
true.
Venom. Venom's a bad movie, but it was hysterical. So I enjoyed watching Venom more than I enjoyed watching Hocus Pocus. Don't quote that. If you quote anything from
I don't even know what to do with that
I
sentence.
know that's the clickbait title of this episode to get people to hate me.
Good tagline.
But speaking of hating me, if you want to hate me on the internet, and if people want to support Alexis and Sarah, where can people find you on the internet?
With Love Alone on Instagram.
Cool. And what about you, Alexis? Are you on the interwebs?
I am. I'm on the gram about that life, gal.
So follow them, and you can support them, and you can talk about how much you hate me. And if you want to come hate me, I'm on Twitter @YayShawn. Sean Doorman.
Just send him all the Hocus Pocus
Gifts.
Gifts
Yeah,
you possibly
There's a
can
lot.
with. Yeah, send me lots
Just
of
keep
lots of
sending him-
gifts of the cat.
Yeah, getting run
Being-
over.
yeah,
run
flat.
over.
It's like,
So
this
Sean
is your
can have-
punishment.
yeah, Sean needs an afternoon chuckle. So
By,
send him
by far my
a flattened
favorite thing
cat.
about this movie. But no, this was great. I appreciate you guys sitting down with me and talking about this, even though I'm being mean to this movie. I think you two have made a solid argument as to why it's okay to like this movie.
You just go back and be a kid. You'll be
Go
Have a
back and watch
heart.
it as a kid.
Yeah.
Have a heart, Sean.
Have a heart.
I know. And on that note, we thank you for listening. Please check out the Nerd Party at thenerdparty.com. Follow us on Twitter at Join Nerd Party. Like the Nerd Party Facebook page. And don't hurt me, please. And thank you everybody for listening.